He wears the long coat to the poop room to hide his beep-boop toy.
Hello friends, trace amounts of science. Welcome back to ReddX. We're getting back into the good old r/Neckbeard stories today. This one was actually posted as well in my personal subreddit r/ReddX reads, but it got cross-posted. I don't know what that means. I do know it's a Neckbeard story, so we're probably gonna have a good time. The Gubbins is in here. They're ready to rock and roll, so let's get this thing started. Thanks so much for being here. I hope you will enjoy. The Missing Ring. My Sister Married a Neckbeard, Part 1. Yeah, I got sisters. I think one did marry a neckbeard. But no judgment, though. My Sister Married a Neckbeard, Part 1, The Missing Ring. Yep, I said that already. Hello, Reddit. Hi, Buried Under Plushies. That name sounds familiar. Maybe I meant to read this at one point and didn't. I couldn't find it on the channel. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty. After binging a ton of ReddX, beautiful, I decided that I wanted to share some Neckbeard stories of my own. Plus some Legbeard stories that I'm finally realizing are, pretty legbeardy. Yeah, they sneak up on you sometimes. We'll start with a small one, though, to test out my writing skills. My sister married a neckbeard. And I mean, the stakes are high. You could lose your sister to a neckbeard, you know? Cast list with ages, as these stories take place over several years, so I'll try to leave an age list for the most important players of each section to show that. Well, luckily time moves linearly, so if we find out one of their age, we can extrapolate that to all of the rest. Lazybeard, that's our Legbeard, I think. 21 to 22, Sis's Neckbeard Beau. Constantly reeks and doesn't realize that he has to scrub his feet to clean them. Yeah, but they're all the way down there. What do you want me to do? He wears a black trench coat all of the time at the time of this tale. Well, maybe it's okay if you guys live, like, somewhere cold. If this is happening in Southern California, then yeah, that's troubling. Sis, 18 to 19, my sister. She practically raised me as a kid. I believed that she would/could be an awesome Wonder Woman until recent events. Damn. Was it? Okay, I guess you'll tell us, it's fine. She married Lazybeard after getting pregnant in high school. At the time of this tale, they only had the one kid. I mean, it's not single motherhood in the technical sense, but, I mean, his name's Lazybeard. It's essentially single motherhood. Best friend, 16 to 17, my sis's best friend, and the only female friend that my sister still has, was dating Lazybeard's brother at the time of this story. Oh, it's nice. Keep it all in the family. She speaks hard facts and is sadly the group's therapist/glue that kept the house running. She's 16, what? Oh my god. I could not deal with a 16-year-old therapist.
And I just feel like nobody actually listens to me, you know?
Profound. Keep going.
There's also OP, who is 16 to 17 as well. Moody teen with self-ending thoughts that I'm holding in like a clam clenching its maw. Yeah, let them spill out sometimes. It's fine. I think that relieves the pressure, maybe. Living with my emotionally maltreating mom in either a car or an apartment with no electricity and sometimes no water, off and on. Yeah, that's not a good living situation. Although people do get through it, you know. Out here in the Philippines, there's people with, like, no lights in their house, the water comes from a well, like, it's pretty wild. But from a first world perspective, yeah, pretty horrifying. I don't think I could swing with that. My every other weekend, I'd visit my dad's crazy house as a break from her. At least there was food and hot water for the rare moments, and I felt safe enough to bathe in whichever paternal relative's house I'd be put in for the weekend. Oh, so dad just kind of shipping her off to, like, auntie and uncle and stuff. That's rough as shit, man. Especially at 16 to 17, them hormones all going crazy. As a snot-nosed teenager, I probably wouldn't even have shown up. Mom and dad would be like, where'd they go? Nobody knows. I'm not gonna tell you. Now on to the story as I vaguely remember it. This was eons ago to me, and I recall going with dad to visit racist grandma. Oh my god. What a character name. I wonder what she's like. Sis and Lazybeard with their baby also joined us there. The visit was uneventful. I noticed Sis seemed upset, and she told me how Lazybeard spent like $350 at Walmart buying her a new wedding/engagement ring. Oh no! Where'd he get that money from? I got questions. OP says, yeah, they could not afford the expense, and while the thought was super sweet, Lazybeard had lost the ring as well as the receipt for it. Yeah, something about this is a little sus. Just right off the bat, okay? So yeah, I went out to help him search his messy car, checking the doors and random receipts on the floorboard. What were some of the receipts, OP? McDonald's, Taco Bell, McDonald's. I attempted to help by listing several places that it could be. I mean, it's a ring, that could be anywhere. Maybe I swallowed it, hid it in a McDonald's double-quarter cheeseburger and forgot, you know? After saying goodbye to racist grandma, she didn't even say anything racist. I guess she doesn't need to. She's earned the name, trust me. I went with Sis and Lazybeard to their home, which was Lazybeard's parents' home. Sis's best friend joined in on making a list of places that we could check to find the ring. Okay, but there's probably no ring, right? He just lied about the whole thing. This is Occam's razor. I don't even believe he had the $350 in the first place, you know? The simplest solution. Anyway, later, we were all hanging out in the living room, watching TV with the kid, chatting and hanging out, normal teen stuff. Lazybeard walked to the door to grab his trench coat and went to go to the bathroom in the house, the hall to the bathroom being on the opposite wall of the front door. I thought that this was odd, but I kept most of my opinions to myself at the time. Sis asked, however, why are you taking your jacket to the bathroom? So I don't get cold, Lazybeard responded. You're gonna cocoon your legs up while your pants are around your ankles? Is he frail in some way? I can't handle the cold tiles. Oh my god. What? I don't know what to think of this. Are you going to wipe your ass with the trench coat? The two went back and forth, with best friend coming in and pursuing since Sis was getting tired of Lazybeard's odd excuses. Best friend pointed out, Lazybeard, it's 70-something degrees inside. The bathroom isn't cold. Why would you want to take your jacket to the toilet? So he can wipe. Sometimes he uses too much paper or some such. Lazybeard tried to run and hide in the bathroom. Best friend followed him, demanding, give me the jacket. And Lazybeard is like 6 foot something, pretty tall. And while best friend might be a few inches shorter, she's stronger and she don't put up with no bullshit. So best friend ripped it away from him, presumably, and Lazybeard whined, my jacket! Best friend yelled back, you don't need your jacket to take a shit! Maybe it's my choice. That's all I'm saying. Best friend sat on the couch next to Sis. Now, let's see what Lazybeard was hiding. Best friend began emptying the trench coat's pockets. She pulled out several things, lighters, cigarettes, random receipts for gas, and lastly, a brand new handheld gaming system. Oh, sweet, dude, you got that 3DS? High five. One that my sister looked up on Walmart, and it cost $350. The exact same price as this wedding ring that Lazybeard bought for Sis. Did Sis give him the money and he just spent it on something else? I guess if they went halvesies on it, it's sort of egregious. And this was the exact same price as the wedding ring that Lazybeard bought for Sis. I mean, he picked himself over her, and I think that's going to be a recurring theme in this relationship. After a few hours of questioning led by best friend, Lazybeard admitted that he didn't buy a wedding ring for Sis. He bought himself a handheld gaming system, the one that was currently in Sis's hands. Bro, you think she's gonna smash it? I don't know if she's got the backbone yet. I haven't quite got a gauge on her, you know? Best friend would definitely smash it. If anybody's going to smash, I hope somebody smashes it. So, let me get this straight, best friend growled. You let your wife worry over bills. You sat there and watched your father, brother, sister, and I trying to help you find this ring for days? And you said nothing. Lazybeard later admitted that he threw away the box and the receipt for the system so he wouldn't have to return it. This is not the way you want to go, man. Like, if you have no plans to marry her, maybe it is the way you want to go. But if you ever had any intentions of like an extended relationship with this girl, you're gonna hear about this for the rest of your life. And that's if she lacks the self-respect, you know, to end up sticking around. Oh my God. Opie says, while Lazybeard claims to be sorry about lying and buying the gaming console, I personally believe that he's only sorry that he got caught. I mean, yeah, 100%. It do be like that. I can't say that I'm surprised by the thing, but it has set the precedent for like the entire relationship. You know, you should leave now if he values the gaming console more than, you know, your forever relationship. The wedding. That's supposed to be like a huge thing. You both got to be committed to make that shit happen. And he ain't. I know you got a kid, but like sunk costs, cut your losses, find somebody else. It is a sad situation to watch unfold on some level, but I just keep laughing at it. So sister now keeps the handheld gaming system, calling it her wedding ring. I like that. Though she did call me asking if I had a charger for it last year, and unfortunately, I didn't. They come with where the fuck is the charger? Lazybeard would be caught in more lies throughout the years, of course. The main two that I can recall at the moment are him spending $25 a day at a gas station, saying he bought gas when he was actually buying energy drinks, and junk food, instead of buying food for his house that had 2 children in it. Wait, you've had a second child since the first story? Oh God, please, somebody let me get off. This fucking train has no brakes. I'm so sorry. Thank you for being here again. I hope you enjoy again. Now stare into the void. Stare at it, damn you. The other story is about Lazybeard telling us that he was laid off from work when he was actually fired for numerous issues caused by his laziness. Yeah, nobody's surprised by any of that shit. Oh my God, it's amazing to me. How was he not completely ousted from the whole thing when this event happened? Everybody saw it unfold. And they didn't decide to just like collectively push him out of the fucking airlock. Because that's what would happen in any decent friend group, you know? I guess there is the small prize that, yeah, his kidneys will shut down. $25 in any energy drinks every day? I could get like, you know, 10, something like that. But also you gotta make sure the kids are eating. What the fuck? You pour them a little cup of Red Bull, their little sippy cup full of Monster. It's not a good situation. And on some level, I do feel bad for sis, but you know, like how many times can I feel bad for you if you're punching yourself in the face, right? You've got a good support system. You can get up and out. I believe in you, but it just doesn't happen for whatever reason. Anyway, let's get the Gubbins' take on it. What do you think, boys?
Witnesses. He fabricated a tragedy to conceal a toy. He prioritized a portable screen over his own offspring's sustenance. He wears that trench coat to hide the fact that he is just 3 raccoons in a suit, eating garbage. He should be legally classified as a tapeworm. Dark Gubbins.
Leave the raccoons out of this, Dark Gubbins. But yeah, 100% just ridiculous actions. I can't begin to justify it. How do you feel, young one?
He wears the long coat to the poop room to hide his beep boop toy. He let his mate hunt for a ghost rock while he played with his buttons. He feeds himself sugar sludge while his larvae starve. He is a big stinky baby that needs to be flushed. Gubbins.
He wears the long coat to the poop room to hide his beep boop toy. I won't be awarding points anymore because some feelings got hurt in the comments. They said Dark Gubbins should win. Like, I do think Gubbins wins. It might just be my personal biases, and we might have to accept that. So maybe I shouldn't award points anymore. Good job to both of you, okay? Everybody gets a point. Everybody wins! Except for me, because I gotta continue fucking rolling through Lazybeard. Although OP's doing a great job writing it, I just think the character is about the foulest human being. Like, how could you ever? I think I'm like extra offended because wife guy. Anyway, we'll get into part 2 and see how it goes. The laid off fib. My sister married a neckbeard. Part number 2. Oh yeah, it's the thing that we're talking about. Hello, Internet! Hi, buried under plushies. Welcome back to another story of My Sister Married a Neckbeard. Today I will tell you another one of Lazybeard's lies, the laid-off fib. Yeah, if you call it a fib, it sounds smaller. It's fine. I got 2 kids that are gonna starve. I don't have any sort of contingency plan, but if I just lie about it for long enough, and then call it a fib at the end of all that, it's gonna turn out fine. And also, thank you to the nice person who reminded me to check formatting before posting. Hopefully this won't post as one big long paragraph, and if it does, well, I'll go back and edit it. Well, hell yeah, that's all part of learning. OP, 18 to 21, either senior year of high school or in the first couple years of college, living with my grandpa in a somewhat stable home. Is grandpa married to racist grandma? Probably not. It's another grandpa. Sis is 20 to 23 at this point. My big sister, mom of 2 now, stressed and anxious about everything. Well, who wouldn't be? This shit's all on my shoulders now? What the fuck?
The game was rigged from the start.
Lazybeard is 23 to 26, and yeah, Sis's husband, very lazy. He thinks that spraying fruity blunt spray over his car and himself will cover up the stench. Newsflash, it doesn't. Yeah, now it just smells like moldy oranges. Dad is in 50s. Mine and Sis's dad works in a construction union since he was 17 when he had his first kid. Not the best dad, but he tries. At the time of this story, he's married to his 4th wife, who is a saint. Thing 1, 3 to 6, and thing 2, 0 to 3 are Sis and Lazybeard's 2 kids. So who's the cat in the hat in this situation? Lazybeard? Does he make them sleep in a box? Thing 1 and thing 2 did not have a good life, as far as I recall, in the Dr. Seuss books. And I also sort of like that dad, got his dues. It's like, okay, he was crazy and dumped me off at his relative's house, but at least, they weren't unstable relatives. The barest of bare minimums. High five, Dad. Whatever, fuck. I guess everybody tries their best on some level. That's not true. I don't think he's trying his best. I will judge him harshly. Lazybeard had gotten discharged from a military branch. I was told it was because he wasn't waking up on time and being where he was supposed to be. And there was also the no bathing issue. I mean, yeah, fuck yeah, that happens. Administrative separation. What? You have to do the thing that we tell you to. You signed a contract. While Lazybeard and Sis did live with Lazybeard's folks, they were charging them rent. And this rent was over half of Lazybeard's paycheck, if I recall, so the 2 didn't have anything in the way of savings. Well, shit. Do you not feel like panic? How do you just live like that? Fly by the seat of your pants, I guess. Holy God. Lazybeard was struggling to get a job, so Dad went and helped him get into his union. Dude, a union job? You got it fucking set for life, boyo. Watch him fuck it up. Just watch. It's... Oh, train wreck in slow motion. Oh my God. How could you fuck this one up? Literally, how? Dad would later regret this decision. I bet he would. For a bit of background, the union is for a side of construction work. Dad has the credentials to be a foreman or something, and he makes like 25 bucks an hour. If Lazybeard worked hard, then he could be making close to that in a year. Is that not enough carrot on the stick for you? He doesn't understand carrot. Only stick. He might even be too dumb for the stick. Maybe we should just take him to the glue factory. I remember Sis stressing because Lazybeard was constantly getting laid off and they were struggling with bills. She was mad at the union for sending Lazybeard to jobs that just laid him off in a few more weeks. Do you think that's how the thing is supposed to function, Sis? That people just show up and then get laid off after a few weeks and everybody does that? No. It's a problem with your fucking idiot that you've decided to shackle yourself to. Like, yes, Lazybeard refuses to see problems, but so does Sis. I don't know, I can't feel all that bad either. You continue to make these choices. Anyway, one day, Dad came to Grandpa's because he needed to file for unemployment. And the reason that Dad needed to file was because he had been laid off. Well, fuck. Like I said before, I don't think that's a thing that's supposed to happen. You can't fire him on behalf of fucking Lazybeard, though. This is ridiculous. So during my next visit to Sis, I asked her about Lazybeard applying for unemployment since, yeah, that's what Dad had done. It was like a light bulb went off above her head. Sis liked to be hopeful. She called Lazybeard into the living room to ask him about applying for unemployment, and Lazybeard swayed on his feet and said, I don't qualify, he finally stated after a moment. Why not? I questioned. You've been with the union for X amount of time. After a moment, he hung his head and said, 'Cause I wasn't laid off. I was fired. The room fell quiet. Yes, fired for cause. You deserved nothing. Good day, sir. And poor Sis, just sitting there dumber than a fucking box of hair. Dumber than a bag of hammers. What are you talking about? Yes, she's hopeful, all right, to the point of naivete. My blood was rushing, says OP. Sis took Lazybeard to their room to argue while I watched the kids. Yeah. Argue's the least of what we need to do, okay? Sign the divorce paperwork. Do the right thing. Now, why was Lazybeard fired from those several jobs? Well, after talking to Dad about how Lazybeard was lying about being laid off, plus over time, Lazybeard was eventually placed on the same job as Dad, I began hearing all about what Lazybeard was actually doing. First one, and a constant, was that Lazybeard smelled. He constantly neglected to bathe. He attempted to cover it somewhat with his blunt spray, but it did not work. Many workers on the job complained to Dad about Lazybeard's stench, and this brought Dad a lot of shame since everyone knew that Lazybeard was his son-in-law. Fuck, that is crushing. Yeah, I'm trying to do the best by him, you know. I don't want to leave my daughter in the lurch, but unfortunately she did pick an absolute moron. How hard is it to bathe yourself? You smell yourself. You're like, oh, I'm ripe. It's time. Especially doing a fucking construction job, dude. Like, if you work at a desk, okay, fine. Couple days, 3 days, no big deal. You ain't sweating that much, but getting out there and musty and shit, like, how do you even live like this? Do you not feel uncomfortable all the time? Like, just take a shower and see how nice it feels. Oh, this is what clean feels like. That's awesome. Second was that Lazybeard would disappear inside the toilet often. Is he taking Sister's wedding ring in there? He's playing some Tetris 99 or whatever. He was in the bathroom for over 30 minutes twice. Once he told the higher-ups that he was on his phone. He was told to leave his phone in the car from then on. What an idiot! Like, never admit to it. Just be like, I have irritable bowels, okay? I understand wanting to poop on company time, but you're fucking doing it all wrong. The second time, he just fell asleep in the toilet. The toilets are often porta potties on these jobs, by the way. Oh, gross. Gross. Then again, like, look at his house, car, life. It's all pretty gross. He doesn't see the difference. These are the two things that I recall being told about, but I wouldn't be surprised if there were many, many more. Yeah, Dad just trying to fucking hold on to some of the self-respect. Not have to admit out loud that he's completely fucked this thing up. Third, he was carrying something somewhere around the job site, and I think someone else was helping him, but I'm unsure. Lazybeard, however, ended up leaning on top of whatever they were carrying and just went to sleep. What? To make matters worse, he was in plain view of everyone, including all the higher-ups, one of which was my dad. Yeah, and then they're all looking at Dad like, fuck, you brought this idiot in here? Does he have narcolepsy? How does he just fucking lay down and go to sleep wherever? Inside of a porta potty. These are the main three that I recall from the construction job. I remember Dad venting to me about how he was uncomfortable at the possibility of having to sign Lazybeard's pink slip. He felt it would make his relationship with Sis more strained. Well, this ain't my fucking fault. I'm out here trying to build bridges, okay? It's your baby daddy that's out here doing fuck all. Of course, Dad recommending Lazybeard to the union tarnished Dad's reputation, making it less likely that anyone he actually puts a word in on would end up getting hired. After all, in the union and possibly other professions, one recommendation of a beard can ruin your word. I probably would be the understanding one. Like, I know why you did it, but also, yeah, this is why we need to practice due diligence, isn't it? You can't save this fucking boy from himself. Thank you for taking the time to read. I've been told that my family is like several episodes of Jerry Springer, and I'm feeling a bit safer to vent about it, and I also vaguely hope that my sister isn't able to find it. I don't know, we've seen that happen a few times around here. People just connecting the dots or whatever. But yeah, it does really suck for Dad. I don't know what laid off means. Like, does he still work for the union? He's just laid off from that particular job because the contract was up or something. I don't know how work works, honestly. I just make videos on the internet a lot of the time, so I can accept that we don't all have the same load to bear. But Lazybeard, Jesus, just doing the least amount possible consistently. Like, put out something, you know? Show me that a fire exists inside, please. That you're not gonna be a loser forever, dragging my daughter down into the mud. I applaud Dad. I understand his situation, but yeah, due diligence, like I said. How do you feel about this one, Gubbinses?
He sprays fruit juice on his stink crust and thinks he is clean. It smells like a turd eating a strawberry. He sleeps in the blue poop hut because that is his natural habitat. He is a lazy germ that ruined the host dad's reputation just to nap on a pile of wood. Smash him before he spreads. Gubbins.
I mean, he got smashed. I don't know how much more you could ask for. Sleeping in the blue poop hut because it's his natural habitat. Just killer. But I think Dark Gubbins will have some insights, so let me know what you think, Dark One.
He naps on a throne of excrement. Witnesses. He believes chemical perfume can mask the scent of necrotic failure. It does not. It merely makes the rot smell tropical. He scorched the earth of his father-in-law's career just to incubate his own sloth. He is a gangrenous limb. Amputate him. Dark Gubbins.
Good. We're all in agreement that into the biohazard bin he goes. I do like that Dark Gubbins had the same thought about making the rot smell tropical. But yeah, the dad is the true victim in all of this, caught between a rock and a hard place, and there's really no winning move, you know? And neither of you mentioned it, so no points awarded. There. How's that? I'm not going to bat for Gubbins or Dark Gubbins. I'm going to bat for dads. And I guess moms too. Let's go ahead and get into part number 3 and see how that one goes. Also, if you guys have been enjoying the posts thus far, my Patreon and YouTube memberships are open for your use. Yes, Patreon on the screen. YouTube membership is super easy. It's just a little join button down there, and you can like get a badge next to your name. And I'm adding new emojis and stuff. Oh, it's gonna be so good. So yeah, if you like to support month to month, that does help us out a lot. I appreciate it. Sponsored by me, plug, done. Let's move on into part number 3. Lazybeard charges my card. My sister married a neckbeard, part 3. Dude, it's not just Sis's problem at this point. It's leaking out onto OP and her father and fucking everybody. And Sis still doesn't have the wherewithal to throw him overboard. I can't even feel bad. Now I'm starting to get upset that she's just stuck for this long for no fucking reason whatsoever. Anyway, hello and welcome back to this insanity. Well, thank you for sharing it with us, buried under plushies, for real. I'm lucky to see this from somewhat a distance. Yeah, me too. This story's a somewhat recent one at the time of this writing, so here is a cast list with the ages. Lazybeard, 33-ish, the beard of our tale. Lazy beyond means, always smells funky. Bro, he'd been around for over a decade at this point. Fucking, this is tragedy in its purest form, you know. Sis is 30, my sister, addicted to Dr. Pepper. I mean, she has no other fucking release. At least give her the Dr. Pepper, you know? If I were her put in a situation like this, my guilty pleasure would be drowning everybody in the bathtub, adding cyanides to oatmeal. I can't do this anymore. Sis, she's strong as fuck. All she needs is a Dr. Pepper. She on her way. I'm amazed, honestly. She can't seem to do anything on her own, and I have come to realize that she has emerged from her cocoon as a Neckbeard. I mean, it was infectious. She had no fault in this. That's not true. That goes against everything I just said. She definitely had fault in it. Now it's time to pay the fucking piper. Thing 1 and Thing 2, 13 and 10. Lazybeard and Sis's 2 children. OP is 28 at this point. Wavering on if I should and can go no contact with Sis and Lazybeard. I mean, it kind of sucks, but it would also simplify a lot of things, you know? I guess the question is, how much emotional energy do you have to invest in maintaining this relationship? Because it seems like it takes a lot. And I don't know that the returns are worth all that much. So yeah, maybe throw them overboard. I don't know. Just consider it. It comes to a certain point where you have to say, so long. Thanks for all the shoes. Now, the Beards use a lot of online accounts, but do they pay for them? No. They use one of Lazybeard's relatives' login for HBO and previously Hulu. They use my login for Steam, since I have so many games. I gave them this since Sis wanted to have a Let's Play channel at one point. A channel I did most of the editing for, as well as helping with the look and design, and made animations based on the clips from them, as well as being Sis' co-host for. Dude, bro, what's the Let's Play channel? Go ahead, give it the plug. I would definitely watch a channel called Neckbeard Let's Plays. Like, this is too interesting. Every protagonist they come across, they just compare him to Inuyasha. This reminds me of Inuyasha. Yeah, interesting. Like, it's good on you for doing the editing and all that shit, but like, the fact that you had to co-host it with her, an editor, like, she's got no fire in her. No get up and go. The day that I decided I wanted to make YouTube videos, I went to Fry's. I got like a $5 microphone, because that's what I could afford. And I played a game that I got in Humble Bundle. I think it was Hotline Miami. It was already 2 years old at that point. Nobody gave a fuck. But I was teaching myself. I was like, I can edit in Windows Movie Maker. Which I did for a while. They were dark days. I didn't even realize. We've progressed so much since then. And the only way that Sis could make that happen for herself is one step at a time. Nobody else is gonna do it for you. You put the fucking legwork in or just give up on your dreams. And it's clear that she's just given up on her dreams. Anyway, OP says, that said Let's Play channel is now just me, since they completely abandoned it. Yep, well, at least they left it to you, I guess. Again, what's the channel? I must know. Sis says she wants to go back, but never does. So now, said gaming channel is just VODs of my Let's Play live streams from my personal YouTube channel. This was shoved on top of the fact that I was a one-person show for my own YouTube channel. Am I a tad bitter? Yes. I mean, that's why I run a one-man show, and that's about all I could afford to do, you know? Nobody else is gonna see the hard work that goes in. Sis just sees the videos go up like it's fucking magic. You have no idea the pain that I went through to create this! And nobody really does. But at least if you post enough of them, eventually you find your tribe, and you start to vibe. I hope that's happened for you, OP. I want to know all about your YouTube journey. Sis often calls me up to get my PlayStation login so she and the kids can play my Vocaloid game, because yeah, it's expensive. But it's annoying to wake up to several security code emails from PlayStation sent at 2 a.m. while I'm asleep. Yeah, 2 a.m. I don't think it's the kids playing the Vocaloid games. What is this? I did briefly get Disney Plus and Hulu together for about $13. I shared with Sis so her kids could watch cartoons and some documentaries. They didn't have all the Goof Troop and several other cartoons that Disney owns, so my partner and I weren't watching it enough to justify it, and I ended up canceling it. $13 is $13. To Disney Plus and Hulu, maybe great deal if you use one or the other. But if you're not using either, fuck it, why waste the money? I guess because Sis is gonna throw a fit over it. Less than a day later, I have several texts from Sis asking about the Disney Plus. I explained that I mainly watch Netflix, and my partner had ad-free Hulu anyway, so yeah, we didn't really need Disney. Nobody does anymore. It's beautiful. So for the first time ever, my sister began paying for Disney Plus and Hulu. However, it's all under my email, so I get constant emails from each when they don't pay the bill. And they kept it under my email because, and I quote, "We don't want to struggle to figure out where we are in our shows." Well, too fucking bad. It's time to grow up and go our separate ways, sis. I understand OP's frustration, but I also want to point out that you are enabling it in more than one way, I guess. OP says, because I recently discovered buying in bulk at a wholesale store, I bought toilet paper and paper towels in bulk, and I didn't need to buy more for several months. I recommended this to Sis, and she stated that they couldn't afford the membership. So, me and my dumbass giving heart, I logged them into my account on the app on Sis's phone. Yeah, how could this possibly go wrong? The road to hell is paved with good intentions, let me tell you that. We've got to learn this lesson a few more times, I guess. I explained to both of them to double and triple check before they check out that it charges their card, since the app remembers card info. I'm not going to trust them to do that. I'm just going to enter my own card every time. I can no longer, it's no longer secure. It's nothing personal. It's definitely not that I don't trust you. This is just, for me and my own security, to make sure there's no mistakes. How old is OP at this point? 28, she said? You should know better by now. Couple of 30-year-old do-nothings looking down the barrel of free food. They can't resist. It's not in their nature. Anyway, OP says, I get emails whenever a purchase is made, so I know when they go and how much they spend and what they get. And sometimes I normally glance at this before moving the email to a folder of receipts. Damn, you're even filing her fucking receipts for her? This is the wildest. I can't do it. I can't be that involved. I'll forward it to you if that's what you want, but I don't expect me to keep track of it. OP says, however, I, as a person who struggles with money myself, check my bank account almost daily to attempt to manage my budget and bills. You should do that whether you struggle for money or not. And really everybody struggles, Although, I don't know, some more than others, I suppose. Now, imagine my surprise to seeing 2 charges from a wholesale store on my card. One from me buying cat food from the one next to my job. That's the one I expected to see. And the other, for $15, was from the one closest to my home that I hadn't been to in months. So, who had been to that one? Well, Sis and Lazybeard. $15? What? I bet it's a box of mac and cheese. They bought a big 12-pack of microwave mac and cheese, and they're gonna eat it all tonight. OP says, I had the email receipt to prove it, so I screenshot the receipt and the charge in the card, and I sent both to Sis saying, hey, issue. She never responded to the text. Okay, bitch. Then I'm gonna show up to your fucking house. I, being at work, stewed in my rage for the next 2 hours until I got off. I changed the password to my wholesale account, but couldn't figure out how to log them out remotely. Just delete the fucking account, make a new one, I'm not playing games here. We're going scorched earth. I called Lazybeard while in my car after work, while recording the call on my laptop. I wanted evidence of this conversation. I mean, be careful. Are you in a two-party consent state? Cause, yeah, this might not be admissible in court or anything. Lazybeard apologized and said he'd pay me back $20, which of course I have yet to see, and I'm sure that I will never fucking see it. He said he'd delete the app from the phone. There'd been no charges or email receipts since, so it seems that he actually did. But this incident has made me decide that I should go no contact with my sis. Damn. How the turntables, you know? It used to be Lazybeard that sis is covering for, and now fucking Lazybeard's covering for sis. Y'all fucking birds of a feather, as far as I'm concerned, and yeah, go flock off somewhere else. I changed all of my passwords so that they can no longer mooch off of me. I do feel bad, like I'm mourning the relationship that I once had with sis. It's also been a struggle since I'm also going no contact with our mom this year. Well, damn. Scorched earth indeed, but I don't know. You gotta do what you gotta do. There was a point where I would feel sad about that, but now I'm like, it's right for you? That's great. I'm confident in your abilities to make the right decisions for yourself, you know? You're a big grown-up person. Anyway, OP says, I hand-wrote this a while ago, and my dad made me go over to where the Beards are staying to gauge Sis's mental state. She told me she was upset about the bank thing, and that Lazybeard had tried to deny it to her at first. Oh, so it is still Lazybeard being a shit. But yeah, Sis is enabling it as well. And the first step to stopping Sis's enabling is to stop enabling Sis. And yeah, go no contact. You gotta do it. It's hard, but you're making the right choice. Stay strong. You don't need all these fucking energy vampires around, alright? OP says, I did let Sis know that I was upset that she never responded to my text, though I have yet to see that $15. Our dad's constant calls to me to get updates is really the only reason that I visit her, though my response to dad is really just that I have no idea what's going on there. Yeah, I don't think Sis has any idea what's going on there either. It's a very complicated situation, but I hate complicated situations. I don't see the need to involve myself in complicated situations. I live my life stupid, and that's how I'm happiest, as I found out. The Gubbinses are a bit smarter, though. So we'll see what insights we can glean from this one. Dark Gubbins, you go first this time.
He commits financial fraud for $15 of wholesale feed. That is not a heist. That is a declaration of poverty of the soul. He is a digital barnacle, calcifying on your hull and dragging you down into the muck, Dark Gubbins.
Damn, calcifying and dragging you down in the muck. That's what I'm saying the whole time, Dark Gubbins. We're on the same page, boy. I love that a lot. How do you feel about it, young son?
He sucks the money juice right out of your plastic rectangle. He uses your magic codes to feed his brain rot because he is too lazy to hunt. He is a big, wet tick that needs to be burned off with a lighter. Gubbins.
Well, that's convenient. I have a lighter right here. It looks like a ReddX Industries brand flamethrower, but it's definitely not that. And it's definitely not on my fourth wall where all the merch is, and I'm serious about that part. But if you do have any money juice in your plastic rectangle, you can squeeze it in the fourth wall, walk away with a nice t-shirt, pillow, cup, mug. Yeah, I got a mug on my layout too. Look at that over there. Could be yours. Low price of whatever I set over there. But yeah, I think that about wraps it for today. We've got more of this to go, so we'll get to it at another time. The story's not quite over yet, and that's tragic on some level, but also, I can't wait to suck the marrow out of Lazybeard and Sis. I just can't explain most of their actions. I want to feel sympathetic, but like, after a certain point, why are you not changing? Oh, you're just insane people, repeating the same thing over and over, expecting different results. That's not how it works, okay? But good luck out there doing whatever the hell it is you're doing, I guess. We're all gonna make it, probably. And thank you so much for making it to the end of the episode, you know? I mentioned Patreon memberships, fourth wall. What didn't I mention? Oh, our Steam game, Waifu Pilled, and my Amazon affiliate link. And also, podcast services, Spotify, iTunes. We out there. We're everywhere. We're uploading 2 episodes a day for the remainder of December, so I hope you'll enjoy that. Thank you so much for supporting in all the ways that you do, friends. I hope to see you in the next one. Always remember that you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely deserve it. And until then, bye-bye.